This is Ted.
At first glance, Ted looks a little different.
And they were scared of him, and there's...
Not to Mary Leprino.
He's perfect. He's perfect.
Mary's drawn to dogs who need a little extra love. Like Ted, who was found wandering the streets of Midland, Texas. He has an autoimmune disease, which is why he looks like this.
Are you mama's good boy?
But don't let those teeth fool you. Ted's a sweetheart. And he found a home here with other older and sick dogs in Littleton.
And these are dogs that are really unadoptable.
Yeah, for various different reasons.
At Pepper's Senior Dog Sanctuary.
They could live here happy and comfortably, most importantly.
A vision born out of a solemn promise.
He had a mouthful of very rotten teeth, terrible disposition.
She made to this little guy, Pepper.
He stayed with me through a really, really difficult part of my life. He saved my life.
19 years ago, Mary was in a dark place, fighting depression and anxiety, struggling with alcohol dependency, struggling to survive.
I realized that instead of being, wallowing in self-pity, that I should go and do something for somebody else. And I started searching for a dog to adopt. And the minute we connected, I knew that he was going to help heal me.
She was right, and he did, but nothing is forever.
When Pepper passed, I looked at him and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do it, but I will honor you. And I will honor you properly.
Peppers does that every single day, and you can see it in every gray hair.
She's ready for her close-up.
And every tired tongue. Just ask Agatha, a stray picked up in Dickerson, Texas, underweight and very sick.
Because she had a parasite that was, you could transmit to other dogs and humans. And so she spent a decent chunk of that time alone without any dogs.
Justin Clemmer is Mary's son and co-founder of Peppers. He says Agatha understandably had some trust issues that she was able to work through with some of her peers.
Harley really taught her, I think, just through example, like, look how much love I can get. And so over a period of time, Agatha really became way more of a people dog.
Harley is from San Francisco. Her human was in and out of prison, so she was in and out of an overcrowded shelter. Her friend Wilbur came from the Denver Animal Shelter, both deemed unadoptable because of their age and health issues.
What's happening over here?
We have a volunteer hanging out with Harley.
Madison Hatchett is one of the hundreds of volunteers who come here to help take care of the 30 to 50 dogs on any given day.
We get what they get, right? They get love from you. What do you get out of doing this?
Love back from the dogs, truly. I mean, I don't have a dog of my own, so I really get my dog fix here.
A lot gets fixed here with love, compassion, and caring. But there's sadness here, too. Just outside the main building, a memorial of stones, each representing a dog whose life ended here.
I say to them, Pepper is waiting for you, and he will take care of you. And I believe that. I believe that.
Hard to imagine that kind of consistent loss.
The love is bigger than the loss. The love is bigger than the loss, and it is.
Pepper is never far from Mary's mind and always in her heart.
We don't really view it as a challenge. We view it as it's an obligation to help restore what was failed in another life.
Mary continues to build on her promise, so much so, shelters from across the country now send dogs here who would otherwise be put down.
Never in my wildest dreams thought that this would be the life that I was living 19 years ago.
A blessing.
Blessing.
For you and the dogs.
100%.
Photojournalist Mike Grady and I shot this story a while ago. This was back in December, and in the 5 months that have followed, a lot has happened. First, and I tell you this with a heavy heart, Ted, who you saw there in that piece, passed away last month. Mary says she was very comforted that she knew we'd be telling his story tonight. Like many Pepper's volunteers, my wife and I have become very fond of the dogs there, like Harley, Wilbur, and of course, Ted. And one final note, Peppers asked me to join their board months after we shot this story, and I had fallen in love with the place, and just their mission is so incredible, I said yes. So
amazing. So what do you do now with the organization?
Well, now we can volunteer, and I'm a member of the board.
Oh, that's
so
exciting.
We move forward.
All right. Congratulations. That's exciting.